The Uzumaki Tales, Return of the Whirlpool Chapter 6, Trials. It was late in the afternoon in Konoha. Team 8 was finishing up their D-rank missions for the day. Being an Inuzuka, Kiba naturally hated cats. However, after today Kiba was ready to wipe out every cat from the face of the planet. Once again, Tora had managed to escape, and as such, the Capture Tora mission was reinstated. This time it was assigned to Team 8. The first time it was assigned to Team 7, the past 3 times went to Team 10, and it was about time Team 8 got to experience firsthand one of the most frustrating missions in all the 5 great nations. Kiba had received most of the injuries, with multiple scratch marks all over his face and other places. Unfortunately, Hinata had a mark on the left side of her face from trying to pry the cat off of Kiba before Kurenai could put it under a genjutsu. Hinata arrived back at the Hyga compound. Like always, her father greeted her with the usual emotionless question of asking how her missions went. However, after seeing the scratch mark on the side of her face, it became obvious exactly which mission she was assigned. Hayashi recalled the time when he was just starting out as a genin. There was always a mission that required a team to capture a renegade cat that belonged to the Fire Lord's wife. The cat's name was Tori, the mother of Tora. If there was any true demon spawn in the village, it was that damn cat. Like it was for Hayashi, this mission was considered a rite of passage for newly graduated genin, as almost everyone in the village has had to catch Tora or one of her predecessors. "Hello, father," Hinata said, giving her father a quick bow. "Welcome home, Hinata. I would ask you how your missions went today, but I think I already know," Hayashi said to his daughter. Hinata quickly explained the other mission that they had. Afterwards, Hayashi took Hinata and her sister, Hanabi, into the family dojo for a quick sparring session. Like always, Hanabi had bested Hinata, much to Hayashi's disappointment. At the Hokage's tower, the third had just received the mission report from Team 7's most recent C-rank mission. He opened it and began reading. He nearly had a heart attack from what he read. "Lord Hokage, I am reporting in on the mission Escort to the Land of Waves." The mission was originally assigned a C-rank mission, but was quickly upgraded to a B-rank mission after 2 Kiri Chunin attacked our group. Their target was Tazuna. Despite the encounter, everyone was unharmed and we decided to continue with the mission. I regret to inform you that this was a mistake and we should have cancelled the mission. It was then decided to upgrade the mission to an A rank after we were attacked by the missing ninja Zabuza Momochi and an accomplice disguised as a Kiri hunter ninja. Naruto and Sasuke proved to be invaluable in that attack as Zabuza and his accomplice was forced to retreat. For the next week, my team was stationed on guard duty. The following day, Zabuza and his accomplice reappeared. Our team engaged them and fought until the fight was interrupted by Gato and his subordinates. Gato has been controlling the shipping and economy of the nation, effectively controlling it and its people through oppression and fear. As a result, they revealed their intentions to kill all of us, including Zabuza and his accomplice, Haku. However, with the help of Zabuza and Haku, Gato was quickly killed and his subordinates scattered. By the time you read this, the bridge that Tazuna was charged to build should be completed or within a day of completion. I have been informed that a representative of the Land of Waves will be traveling to Konoha and the Land of Fire capital to arrange trade agreements as an attempt to repair the economy of the Land of Waves and thank us for our intervention. I also have a rather odd request coming from Zabuza and Haku. It appears as if the two of them have experienced a change of heart, thanks to their encounter with Naruto. The two of them are requesting an opportunity to join Konoha as ninja. While I normally would disregard such a request, I have reason to believe that they are sincere with their words. Haku also possesses a rare bloodline, the Hayaton, which may prove an invaluable addition for the village. Zabuza has informed me that he is willing to undergo any mental interrogation or trials that would be required for him to prove his intentions to join the village. Kakashi Hatake, Jonin. Sir, are you all right? The Hokage's assistant asked, seeing his facial expression after reading the report. Please summon the village council along with Ibiki, Anko, and Inoichi for an emergency meeting in 30 minutes, the Hokage said. Naruto had just come out of his conversation with the Kyuubi before returning to Tazuna's house. He was happy that he would now have the ability to use the Kyuubi's chakra, unimpeded, even if it was only a fraction of the Kyuubi's power at this point in time. With it, he would be as strong as the Hokage in no time. Kurama had explained one last detail about using the Kyuubi chakra, and that was the presence of a chakra cloak if he tapped into enough of the chakra. However, it was explained that given the current state of Naruto's seal, the most he could safely use would be one tail of the cloak for the time being. After using said demonic chakra, it would be common for Naruto to experience extreme exhaustion. Naruto returned to the bridge builder's house. Haku was set up in the guest room, trying to rest the injuries that Naruto had inflicted on him. Naruto had apologized to the boy, which was graciously returned. The day of their fight, everyone, Haku especially, had pretty much spent the entire day resting. Haku and Sasuke were pretty much told to rest for the rest of the week while their injuries healed. The day after the fight, Tazuna wanted to get started on the bridge again. As such, the remnants of Team 7 continued with guard duty. There were a few incidents with some of Gato's men trying to take revenge on the ninja or trying to reclaim the island that they had once controlled, however, they were quickly dispatched. Zabuza had tried to apologize to Tazuna for trying to kill him, resulting in the demon of the hidden mist working on the bridge as well, as Tazuna needed the labor to complete the bridge by the end of the week like he had intended. However, there were two things he had on his side now. One was that the workers were not scared of Gato and they wouldn't quit when it got too late in the day, allowing construction to continue for longer. Second, he fully underestimated Naruto. Kakashi had suggested that Naruto use his clones to help Tazuna out, and the help of 100 extra hands really worked, even if they did disappear whenever one clone missed a nail with a hammer and accidentally hammered his own finger. The third entered the council hall to see that the village council had assembled, although rather hastily. A few of the elder members were nagging the aging Hokage as to why this meeting was called so late at night. The reason I called you all is regarding a report I received from Team Kakashi, who was assigned on a C-rank mission to escort Tazuna, the bridge builder, to the land of waves, the third announced. After reading the mission report, it was upgraded to an A-rank mission. This sent stirs through the chamber. A-rank? Why was it upgraded to an A-rank mission? Hamaru, one of Hiruzen's counselors, asked. The team encountered and battled the missing ninja Zabuza Momochi. The third's words once again sent stirs throughout the council. Zabuza Momochi? Are they alright? Is Sasuke Uchiha alright? Asked a member of the council who ranked right up there with Sasuke's fangirls. The Hokage nodded, reassuring the council member. So, I assume you have sent a more qualified team to replace Team Kakashi? Asked Koharu, the Hokage's another advisor. No, once again, there was talk amongst the council. This is the reason I have summoned you here. They have been involved in the death of Gato, business tycoon. However, it has been revealed that Gato was a crime lord who has been oppressing the people of the Land of Waves for the past few years. He hired Zabuza and an accomplice to assassinate Tazuna before his bridge was completed. Tazuna's bridge was the one thing that could weaken Gato's grasp on the island's economy. A few of the council who were more versed in economics agreed. However, it appears that Zabuza turned on Gato with the intention of aiding Team Kakashi after he had a change of heart. I received a request that Hatake Kakashi has forwarded from Zabuza Momochi that is asking us to accept Zabuza and his accomplice, Haku, as a member of this village. Why should we do that? Zabuza is listed as a missing ninja by the Hidden Mist village. There could be political implications as to this, one of the counselors stated. I am well aware that, while we are considered neutral with Kirigakure no Sato, the taking in of Zabuza Momoichi could result in some unwanted political implications, the Sandaime pointed out. However, it is not uncommon for villages to take the missing ninja of other villages. After all, that was the reason hunter ninja were commissioned, am I correct, Inazuka-san? Tsum Inazuka stood up. That is correct. My clan contains some of the best hunter ninja in the village, and it is the job of said hunter ninja to track down and capture or eliminate a missing ninja before they can sell any secrets to a village. However, should a village be fortunate enough to obtain a high-ranked missing ninja, the secrets they can obtain are substantial. It only further the reasons as to why we a village would take a missing ninja in. I agree with you on that, Inazuka-san. Now the question is, what can Zabuza Momoichi provide for us? He has been missing from his village for at least 6 years now, and some of his secrets would be considered outdated, said a bandaged man. Danzo, you of all people know that even old secrets can be considered useful, said the Sandaime. Besides, Kakashi included a few preliminary reports on Zabuza Momoichi and his accomplice, Haku Yuki. The report on Haku stated that the boy possessed a rare bloodline. Hiruzen did it, he pulled the bloodline card. The counselors looked on at him with all interests set on this bloodline. Konoha loved bloodlines, as seen with how they treated the Hyuga and Uchiha, when the clan was still around. Hokage-sama, is there any mention as to which bloodline this child possesses? Asked another member of the council. Yes, Kakashi mentioned the boy using Hayatan Jutsu during their encounter, said the Sandaime. This stirred conversations in the room immediately. The Hayatan was believed lost when Kirigakure no Sato initiated their bloodline purges, something Konoha saw as a travesty. Are you sure it is the true Hayatan? Asked the same counselor. I am fairly certain that it is the true Hayatan. Kakashi mentioned the boy's ability to form ice out of thin air, not just simply manipulating pre-existing ice like the ninja in Snow County do. I do believe that this is truly the Hayatan, said the Sandaime. A few of the counselors couldn't help but praise their luck. They were so close to obtaining another bloodline, something they felt Konoha had been lacking for the past decade or so. A little more discussion ensued until a final vote was called for on whether or not to extend a preliminary invitation to Zabuza Momoichi and Haku Yuki. The vote was strongly in favor of extending the invitation after a trial had been conducted to determine Zabuza's true intentions. 4 days had passed since Gato's defeat, and the bridge was now complete, thanks to the help of a particular one-man, Blonde Army. That night, the village held a rather large celebration to celebrate the liberation of the wave from Gato, a future of economic prosperity. Every ninja there was seen as a hero who helped to overthrow Gato, even Zabuza. But the one who really got most of the credit was Naruto for inspiring the villagers to stand up against the tyranny of people like Gato. Sasuke had healed almost completely to the point where he would be ready to train again the next day. They would still remain in the wave for another 2 days, as Haku wasn't quite ready for long traveling yet. Even then, he wouldn't be able to travel at a high pace, but it would be faster than the pace Team 7 made to get to Zuna there. While Team 7 was rather friendly that night, it still consisted of a few attempts by Naruto to get Sakura to go out with him, and a few attempts by Sakura to get Sasuke to go out with her. Neither Naruto nor Sakura had much success. The remaining 2 days, Kakashi gave to his team to rest and take a small vacation, something Sakura welcomed with open arms. Sasuke, on the other hand, used that day to get in some more training. He was ecstatic, even if it didn't show, that he had unlocked the Sharingan, his clan's bloodline. While it was still in the early stages, it was the Sharingan nonetheless. Kakashi had also offered to give help Sasuke get adjusted to his newly found dojutsu. The training offer was extended to the rest of the Team 7, with Naruto taking up the offer and Sakura deciding she would rather get some rest. Kakashi would balance his time between training Sasuke with the Sharingan and working on fixing Naruto's taijutsu. While Naruto had been considered passable back in the academy and his taijutsu had made a lot of progress in the last few months, it still needed some work to make it acceptable. The next morning, the 6 of them headed off towards Konoha. It was about 2 days' travel with only ninja traveling this time. They arrived at the village gate early in the afternoon to find a few ANBU waiting for them. Zabuza Momochi. You are to come with us for an investigation into your intentions on joining us, the bare-masked ANBU said. Zabuza complied and he and Haku left with the ANBU. Kakashi-sensei, how long will it take before we know if they can join? Naruto asked. Sakura and Sasuke also wanted to know. Their trial is scheduled for 3 o'clock 2 days from now. It is then that we will know their fate in Konoha, Kakashi responded. To be honest, I don't think Haku will have much of a problem seeing as he has never had official ninja training and because of his bloodline, but Zabuza could be a different story. After reporting into the Hokage, Team 7 was dismissed. Despite still being a rookie, Naruto had just survived and completed an A-rank mission, something that was reserved for Haichunin and Jonin. He was ecstatic and decided to celebrate with Irika at Ichiraku. Much to Naruto's dismay, Team 7 was stuck doing D-rank missions the following 2 days. Kakashi figured that it would be better for them to get a few short missions before Zabuza's trial. Not to mention, they practically had an entire month's worth of training in a 3-week mission. It was getting close to 3 and they proceeded to the Academy Auditorium, where Zabuza's trial was to be held. When they got there, they found the room to be rather packed. Apparently word that the demon of the hidden mist wanting to join the village had spread. They managed to find a set of seats next to Team 8, with Naruto ending up to a poor Hinata who would be turning redder and redder throughout the entire thing. Next thing that happened, Mato Guy, the jonin in the village with a shiny black bowl haircut who was wearing green spandex, came in and started going on about their eternal rivalry. Guy was being a little too energetic and guy-like for the rest of Team 7, who were trying to inch their way away from the mighty green beast. This in turn, pushed Naruto closer to Hinata until he was virtually on top of her. The close proximity of her crush caused the poor girl to faint in her chair. She wouldn't wake up for a while. As the trial started, the 3rd Hokage entered, along with some of the more prominent members of the village council. He announced to everyone the reason why they were there, although everyone pretty much knew why. Soon after, Zabuza and Haku entered the auditorium, escorted by a few ANBU. Zabuza Momochi, Haku Yuki, you are here today to justify your intent to join this village as ninja of Konoha. Is that correct? The 3rd began reading from the paper he was holding. Why don't we get straight to the point? Inoichi, Ibiki, what are the results of your interrogation sessions with Zabuza Momochi? Lord Hokage, Inoichi said, standing up. I will be honest, I was not expecting much to warrant admission of this missing nin into the village, especially given his record. Zabuza gave a slight tsk under his own breath. Inoichi then proceeded to present his report on the mental findings of Zabuza's mental stability. I do find that he is sincere in his request to join and serve the village of Konoha though. I have found the same to be true with Haku Yuki here as well. Very well Inoichi, the Hokage said. Ibiki? Hokage-sama. Like Inoichi, I had high doubts about these two. While I do feel that Zabuza here is not lying, his previous record of instating a coup in Kirigakure no Sato must be taken into account, said Ibiki. Zabuza sighed as the Hokage began to speak again. Zabuza, do you have anything to say about your actions? Asked the Hokage. I do. I believe you have received reports on the state of the mist under the rule of the Sandai Mizukage, said Zabuza. Hiruzen nodded. One such measure he instigated was the blood limit purges. During that time, I encountered Haku, who I could not allow to suffer under the Mizukage's wrath. The village was not healthy under the Mizukage suppression. However, even just a few glances of Konoha have told me that Konohagakure no Sato is nothing like Kirigakure no Sato. It is a village that I would rather serve over Kirigakure no Sato. Very well. I have already discussed with the council about these two joining the village, and it appears that they have passed Inoichi and Ibiki's examination, the Hokage stated. Hamaru stood up and addressed the two in question. Zabuza Momochi, Haku Yuki, it was decided the other day that should we determine that your intentions are good for Konoha, that you be granted a chance-earned citizenship. However, one thing that has intrigued us is Haku's bloodline. Haku, if you don't mind, there are some of us here who would like a demonstration of your abilities. Haku obliged, and the chakra-suppressing cuffs were removed. He made a quick hand sigh. Hayaton, demonic ice mirrors. With that, a mirror in front of Haku formed out of ice, and so did one on the other side of the room. The elders were impressed that the Yuki bloodline, the Hayaton, still existed. He performed a few more movements, jumping quickly from mirror to mirror, and showing off his accuracy with Senbon. So the Hayaton still exists, Danzo thought to himself. Hiruzen shot him a look, indication to Danzo not to try anything funny with this boy. It was known to a few of the higher-ups that Danzo was the leader of a secret ANBU organization known as Root. Over the past years, Hiruzen had managed to loosen Danzo's grip on village power, but he was still aware that Danzo would try to recruit some ninja with potential, Haku in particular, into his forces. Koharu then stood up to address Haku. Haku Yuki. You have demonstrated a rather advanced blood limit. Our records show that you are 13 years of age. By law of this village, if someone possesses a blood limit, they will be allowed to start a clan when they are of age, Koharu said. Kakashi knew this was going to happen with Haku, and he had mentioned to Zabuza beforehand. Granting Haku clan status was a way for them to further cement the bloodline into the village. The Hokage took the floor once again. Zabuza Momoichi, Haku Yuki. You will be allowed to serve under this village so long as you comply with our laws and regulations. Zabuza, you will be assigned the rank of Chunin. You will also be placed on probation for the next 2 months along with supervised mission duty for the following 4 months. Should I find no issues with you being allowed to serve Konoha, you will be eligible to participate in the Jonin examinations at the end of the year to regain your previous rank of Jonin. If you do anything that endangers the village, the ANBU have orders to execute you. Do you understand and accept these terms? I accept them, Lord Hokage, Zabuza said, offering a respectable gesture and trying to get on the Hokage's good side already. Haku Yuki. Seeing as you have no official ninja training, I must give you the rank of genin and assign you to a team. I will find a team to place you on and you will begin once your placement is confirmed, said the Hokage. Do you accept these terms? I accept them, Lord Hokage, Haku said, following in Zabuza's stead. Naruto was ecstatic upon hearing this. He ended up hugging the nearest person around him out of joy, which just so happened to be Hinata, who was just waking up. Needless to say, she fainted, again. If there are no other objections, then I call this meeting closed. You are dismissed, the Hokage announced. Following the trial, Kakashi was called into the Hokage's office. Kakashi, I want you to take Haku on your team, said the Hokage. But sir, I've already got 3 students. You can't expect me to take on a 4th. What will happen to the 3-man squad, argued Kakashi. I am aware, but I am also aware of the paperwork that this little stunt will result in. If I'm going to have to deal with extra paperwork and possible fallout with Kiri, then the least you can do to help me is make finding Haku a team easy. Besides, your students are the only people in Konoha he knows and it will be good for him. If my suspicions are correct though, the council will try to have him promoted as soon as they can. They are like that when it comes to new bloodlines, said the Hokage. Do I make myself clear that you will take Haku on your team? Yes, Hokage-sama. I will incorporate him right away, said Kakashi, not wanting to argue with his leader. Kakashi caught his team meeting up with Haku and Zabuza outside the trial. It was there that he announced that Haku would be joining Team 7 for the time being. He then stated that the rest of the week would be dedicated to integrating Haku into the team. He then invited the new team and Zabuza to barbecue for dinner to get to know each other better. This also served as a little introduction to the team for Haku. They also managed to meet up with Team 10 and Asuma, who was intrigued by the fact that the demon of the hidden mist would be joining them. It was also a little weird for him to be seeing one of the 7 swordsmen wearing a Konoha headband.